Hey everybody, welcome back to Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff, and welcome to yet another new tool day. No, well, okay, not exactly new tool day. New tool accessory day, however, because I've finally gotten myself a new chuck for my lathe. I went with the OneWay Talon chuck. I am sick and tired of needing two hands to tighten and loosen my chuck. Because when you're holding something in the jaws and trying to tighten with two hands, it's annoying. So I splurged today and I bought myself a OneWay Talon. We're going to get it set up and look at what comes in the box and how you put it together if it needs to be put together. And then tomorrow, which is not tomorrow for you, but on tomorrow, Saturday, I am going to use it on my live show. For those of you that don't know, I do a live show on Saturday nights where I turn something. And so yeah, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time on Saturdays. You can come watch me mess around on the lathe. And now I'm going to be using a brand new OneWay Talon. So you gotta get the chuck, and you gotta get the correct adapter for the chuck to fit your lathe. So make sure that if you're buying one of these, you know what thread count and stuff your lathe is. I am a 1-inch 8 TPI. That's kind of a standard, but there are 5 different ones of these that they make. So make sure that you're getting the right one to go with your lathe. Let's get it put together. This is free. It comes with the thing because you need it to go on the lathe. Let's get it put together, and we'll have a look at it, and we'll point out some key differences between my Penn State Industries lathe that I started with and the OneWay Talon. Let's get into the box for new tool accessory day. I almost said new tool day again, but it's not. Is it a tool? Down in the comments, tell me, is a lathe chuck a tool in and of itself? I'm not convinced that it is. Tell me down below if you think it is. All right, let's get in. Let's see what we got. All right. We got 2 boxes for one thing. This box is kind of the important one. We got a protective sheet of paper, instructions, and maybe a warranty card or something in here. We'll check that out when we need it. Another protective thing. Allen key to, okay, this is going to be the important. This is the most significant difference between this chuck and the one that I've got right now, because this is the one that's going to loosen and tighten the jaws. This is going to go in here, and it's going to make a tool with little yellow nubbins that come on here. Here we go. Hold on. This little bag has a couple of bolts, an Allen key, and the 2 yellow nubbins that go on the ends of this to keep it from coming out. Go on there, please. There you go. Now this won't come out anymore. So that's my tool. That's my chuck. Oh yeah. All right. So unlike my PSI chuck, which I'm going to show you the differences here in a minute, this loosens and tightens with one hand. Yes. Okay. And we've got a little screw drive. I'm not sure what these are actually called, but goes in there for mounting bowls and stuff, that if you want to do them that way instead of with like a faceplate. So that's all the putting together there is. These bolts are going to be used because, see, that is not going to very effectively attach to your lathe, which is where this part comes in, that is tailored to your thread and bolt size on your lathe. Goes in there, and then 3 of these holes are going to match up with 3 of these holes to put these 3 bolts in. So I'm going to do that, And then we're going to look at the side-by-side comparison between the two. The one that I have right now and the one that well, I have them both right now. The one that I already had and the one that I just got. So, I'll put these little bolts in. Guessing that's what this is. Yep. Comes with the Allen key you need. You don't need to watch me put the bolts in, I don't think. I'll come back in a second and we'll have both chucks out here. Okay, so the side-by-side, you're going to obviously see that there are significant differences between these two chucks. This is my PSI, Penn State Industries. I do like on this one that you can hold one ring and open and close jaws like that. You have no such ability to do that with this one. But I think that is going to be well overridden by the fact that I can just one hand open and close these jaws while it's on the lathe, so I can use my other hand to hold a thing on it, rather than this one. If it's on the lathe, you actually need to put one of these in here and one of these in here in order to loosen and tighten the jaws. So how are you holding a thing in the jaws while you're loosening and tightening, right? So it does get annoying, but I'm happy to have started with that. It is a fine unit. It's half the cost of the OneWay Talon. This I bought for $119 Canadian. This I bought for $230. So take that for what you will. But we're looking at, this is going to stick off of the lathe across the bed, about a 1/4 inch further, but it does have a lower profile. In case you're trying to get around the back side of a bowl, this one is going to give you an extra probably 1/2 inch. This is less than, this is about 2 3/8 across, and this one is almost 4 inches. So yeah, more than 1/2 inch width difference in them. They weigh about the same amount. So, I mean, they're both hefty. They're both well-made chucks, and I am going to keep them both, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap out these chucks for my pen blank drilling jaws. Put those on there, and I'm just going to have a dedicated pen blank drilling chuck and a bowl turning chuck. So, happy about that. Come on by any Saturday night and watch me use my new OneWay Talon chuck. Except for the first Saturday of the month, I do an open Q&A hangout thing. But every other Saturday of the month, I do a turning of some kind, and I'm going to be now using my OneWay Talon. And I am actually going to start putting up some edited turning videos as well, because I think people will enjoy those, and they may not want to show up at a time on Saturday night and spend an hour watching me turn something. So I'm going to turn some things, and I'm going to put those up on the channel going forward. The first of which is going to be a trial for this guy. This new chuck is going to get put through the paces, because after tomorrow night's live turning, which is going to be either this spalted figured maple platter thing or this piece of burl tomorrow night. The vote is still happening over on my Facebook page and my Patreon page. That's how I decide what I turn in my live shows. After that happens tomorrow night, the next thing I'm putting up on my lathe, is either this hefty, significant, how big is it? Where's my tape measure? 10 by 3.5 piece of Gary oak. Oh, that's heavy. Or this 12 by 3 piece of magnolia. So I am gonna give this thing a workout. Hopefully Sunday. My live shows on Saturday. Sunday, hopefully, I'm going to turn one of those things into something. So you can see this guy in action when that video goes live as well. Anyway, happy to have my new truck. Thanks for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. We'll see you next time. Come along on a Saturday. Watch me turn something. Make fun of me. You join the chat room where people just kind of make fun of me while I'm doing this. It's fun. All right. See ya.